Hello, I'm Aaron and/or Quinn.
And I'm Captain Wingding. Still have no name. Never will, never have, etc.
And this is the Honeypot's Grave, the internet's premier internet commentary podcast.
Failed to comprehend says, wow, imagine being in a situation like that. Enter. Being trapped in a building with Hunk. 2 months ago, edited. 1.2k likes.
Okay. So,
Well, obviously, this was on some form of, escape the room video, but one of the
perhaps
people in the escape room was just absolutely built.
a hunk, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I were... Let's play this out. What would you do if you're trapped in a building with Hunk?
Well, not quite sure. I'd probably start recording, and then make it a video, probably viral, and send it out onto YouTube for people to comment on.
Profit.
Yeah.
If I were trapped in a building with Hunk, I think I'd probably try and get to know this Hunk at first. But that would just be a front, because I don't know Hunk. I don't know if this Hunk person is smart. But if I was trapped in a building with Hunk, the issue is eventually we'd need food, right?
Definitely.
So I'd try and get as close as I could with Hunk, and then I'd gather as many materials as I could to well,
Escape.
escape. Yeah, that's where I was going.
Now that's a solid plan there. If you actually were stuck in a building with Hunk, I'd say you'd probably have like a 75% chance to live.
Mm-hmm.
Me, however, I'd probably just die immediately.
Yeah. I have to agree with that. I don't think I'm very equipped for a survival situation.
I'm not equipped for anything, honestly.
Yeah. Chetrock1 5 months ago says music to touch the stove to.
No, I really relate to this whenever I hear music that I really would indeed want to touch the stove to.
Now what?
Such songs include examples such as The River Twix from Super Paper Mario.
Mm-hmm.
It's another good song. Long Elevator from Undertale.
Okay.
The Crazy Bus original theme.
Okay, so what were those songs again?
River Twix from Super Paper Mario. Crazy Bus theme, and Long Elevator from Undertale.
Okay. So what I'm doing right now is I'm making a playlist
Of songs to touch the stove to.
of music to touch the stove to.
Now also, we can indeed note that this person used the wrong type of 2. They only used the one with 1 O instead of 2 O's.
Now I didn't notice that.
Mm. Why am I yawning so much?
Probably because it's like 10 p.m.
It's like 10:25. God. I mean, it's a Saturday. I shouldn't be tired.
Yeah, but
It is legally impossible for me to get tired on a Saturday. This podcast may or may not count as incriminating evidence against me being tired on a Saturday.
well,
So if I'm not here for the next podcast in a week, then you guys know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
The
Now
proof
I'd
is
like.
in the podcast.
Now I have a first sort of request for the listeners to send in songs for our playlist, Music to Touch the Stove To. So if
I
you have
doubt
any,
that it'll actually happen, but
well,
if we get at least one submission, I will be satisfied.
I'm sure we will.
Maybe.
Okay, I think you should pick a comment.
Rich Fuel says California rhythm bollocks. This song is such an absolute classic. One of my fave guitar solos of all time. Love the tone, and the feel is to die for. California rhythm. Fuck it. Pass me the bloody dictionary. It got one like.
Okay.
This is actually. This is like at least 5% incomprehensible.
I'm still trying to find it, but it was, from what I heard.
It's the one that's in the dark mode theme, and it's really like very short but very long.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
So they tried and failed to spell rhythm, not once, not twice, but almost 5 times. And not once did they get it right.
No, they did get it right one time.
No, they didn't. They did not. That says
They did.
rhythm.
They did.
Really?
They got it right once. I'd say that rhythm is a...
No, because they forgot the H after the first R. I'm technically correct.
I'd say that rhythm is a pretty bullshit word.
Tough word to spell. Yeah. I don't think there's any other word in the English language that acts like the word rhythm. Which honestly makes it all the better a word.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if that were true. The English...
There are a lot of like one-off English words that are just complete bullshit.
It's because we steal words from every other goddamn language.
Yeah, true.
It's the worst language, I think.
No.
Yeah.
Pig Latin is definitely the worst.
Okay, that's
It's literally just English, but like 10 times harder.
It's
for
English.
No reason whatsoever. And literally everyone can understand it.
Yeah. It's English, but like stupid bullshit even more.
English, but some first grader decided that English was too mainstream.
Yeah. Now, what is California rhythm?
I have no idea. It's probably a song. A lot of these comments are actually from song videos.
They are. We did add...
Google this. California rhythm. R. Stevie Moore, California Rhythm, 1976. It's apparently a song, as I suspected.
Well, you know what
right
this
now.
means.
Alrighty, well, we're starting off with the song. In the first 6 seconds, it sounds like Nightcore. Like, his voice is sped up and everything.
Very good.
It's like Alvin and the Chipmunks fanfiction. A wonderful piece from the Lo-Fi Godfather, R. Stevie Moore. Link to YouTube channel. Link to Stevie Moore's website.
I think...
The album is called Phonography, but I misread it in the first 4 seconds of reading as pornography.
Very cool.
Guess this one's also getting cut.
No, I think we can mention
Also, it only has
things.
4 comments. Right. We can mention words, we just can't have a comment based on words.
Yeah. So I think that California Rhythm is going in the Music to Touch the Stove To playlist.
Definitely.
I think
I'm gonna speed it up. I'm gonna speed it up to 2 times because it's already like very obviously sped up. I'm gonna speed it up even more and see what happens.
I think that our new
Oh wait, no,
rule
it goes normal.
going.
It goes normal sometimes.
I think the new rule going forward is anytime we mention any song, it's going
That's
in
going in the playlist.
Yeah.
I really hope that my microphone isn't picking up my chair squeaking.
It definitely
It definitely is. Jinx.
Okay.
So let me actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 different sets of ellipses in this one comment, which I think is like
Very epic.
10 too many.
I think it's very epic. Because that's exactly how I talk.
Maybe so. I think they do it sometimes because some websites cut out your extra spaces.
Maybe.
Like
Yeah.
that one streaming website that we can't mention because they'll copyright claim us or something, probably, maybe. Where it's just like
maybe.
every time, I don't know copyright laws in the US, I don't know anything.
Okay.
Where they just cut out all of your extra spaces. So if you say a single letter and then 18 quintillion spaces, another letter, it'll just show up as one space, which honestly
It's
is
homophobic.
text phobic.
It's phobic.
It's phobic. It's hydrophobic. It repels water.
That too. It's phobic.
It's everything phobic.
Okay, I guess it's my turn. Okay. So, Annie Wilson, 2 hours ago. I hate people when they hate something. They should not say it because it might hurt their feelings. They should just keep the word inside their brain.
I'm not even sure where to start with this. But I am going to start at the obvious. Second to last word, they used the wrong there.
They did.
They used a location there when they should have used a possessive there.
Yeah.
Honestly, I will never forgive Annie Wilson for that.
I think that you correct the grammar often enough that this is a grammar podcast at this point.
Maybe so.
So,
but everything, it's just, we have these terrible, terrible rules, and I decide that maybe we should follow them just to spite the English language.
how is that spiting the English language?
I don't know.
I feel like not following them would spite the English language a lot more.
No, that's what they want you to do. English wants you to break its rules. Just look at the word rhythm, for God's sake.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
like, we've
I don't
literally
think-
broken the rules so much that now breaking the rules is now part of the rules. Like, PH is pronounced like an F. Can we drop a PH in chat when I die? Which, honestly, is gonna be soon with the goddamn English language being as it is.
I think that the English language sucks.
Definitely.
And I don't think we should expect people to have to follow its stupid rules.
Mm-hmm. That is definitely agreeable.
Oh, yeah. So...
Oh, right, we're talking about comments.
We are.
Right.
So They say that they hate people when they hate something. They should not say it.
But
That's,
then didn't they say something about hating people?
yeah.
Checkmate.
So they're already contradicting themselves, which is very cool.
Contradictory is the sincerest form of flattery, as we all know. I should write that down. That's actually really good.
Okay.
I have immediately forgotten what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, I remember now. Hope I'm spelling that right. Anyways, let's see. Hate people when they hate something they shouldn't say. It might hurt their feelings. They should get. I feel like this comment was made sort of as someone makes one of those anti-bullying posters that just shows some generic quote unquote normal kid getting pointed at and yelled at by a few like blurry people in the background.
Perhaps, yeah.
Like, this is the equivalent to those billboards, like, right off the highway that say, stop bullying, and then just show a logo for some guy's company.
Yeah. You know, I think maybe we should just talk about Mario and Wario. Because I don't know if this...
I like how that just completely came out of left field. Actually, no, it came out of right field.
Well, we were
coming out of
already
left
talking
field would have
about
been
this.
like, it would have come out of, if it came out of left field, that would have been like at least somewhat predictable.
Well, we were
But
already...
no, it came out of the ground and just sucker punched me in the face.
We were already talking about this before we started the podcast.
I know,
and it's really all I can think about. And
oh, Jesus Christ.
This idea, the like looking at comments for the podcast, that idea seemed good at first.
And now it's just completely boring.
Yeah, I think it was good for like an episode.
Yeah, true.
Perhaps we should just look at one comment per episode.
Yeah.
And just
maybe we should just get like a bunch of things that would be really cool in a podcast and do one of them each episode. And just sort of like shift back and forth between the two.
Either
or
that
three,
or we do
however many there are.
Either that or we do all of them per episode. Like just a small segment of each.
All of them?
Yeah. Like we could open up with like a comment or two. And then we could talk about Mario.
Mm-hmm.
For example.
Every single episode is about Mario.
We could talk
just
about
Mario. It's just us looking at like one of those like stock images of Mario that's just like 1,000 pixels by 1,000 pixels. That's just like super high definition where you can like see every single pore on his face and every single whisker in his mustache, and we just overanalyze it to hell.
Perhaps. I think maybe that would work better as a video, but
definitely not.
Why not?
I mean, if you can see the Mario, then that is automatically a disadvantage for you, because as we all know, seeing is indeed not believing. And being able to believe is a mistake, at least on my part.
Anyways, we could talk about a comment or two, and then we could talk about Mario, and then we could have like a news segment or something.
Like, breaking news. I have this rubber ball in my hand, and I'm now going to throw it across the room. Yeet.
I don't know. I just think maybe the comment idea is better as just sort of like a part of the podcast. And is not like the whole podcast.
But also, we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
we have a
12,
lot of
13,
comments.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 24. 24 whole comments that we are going to eventually bleed through once a
Well,
week. So
we're-
if we literally get no more submissions, that's like 12 weeks worth of podcast material.
that's good. That's like a few months.
Yeah.
And I doubt we just not.
Either that or we could just like speed up the podcast recording process and like do no wait that
like 5-minute long episodes.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I am
I
not going to
doubt we'd-
speed run a podcast.
I doubt we would stop like adding comments to the pile.
One day.
Anyways, let's talk about Mario, Wario, Waluigi, and Luigi.
As we all know, the holy quadrinity.
Exactly. Now we were
Actually,
already
no, wait, the four horsemen. It all makes
Four
sense
Horsemen.
now.
We were already talking
Waluigi is pestilence because he's skinny because he never eats. Mario is war. Wait, no, Wario is war. Luigi. No, wait, fuck. I need to actually like write this down because
Yeah.
I am not very good at articulating words. So, as we all know, there are four horsemen. They all have horses. They're all men. That's all they have in common. So we have war, death, famine,
and Pestilence, right?
and my good old boy Pessy.
Okay.
And there may or may not be a conquest if you're a gigantic goddamn nerd,
Mm-hmm.
which I am, so I'm counting him.
So, I think that
Well, it's completely obvious that Wario has to be war because
Yeah.
it's literally within his name.
Exactly. And I think
Oh, I'm terrible at writing.
so. It's what? War,
Alrighty. So,
death, war, famine, pestilence. and
so famine is going to be Waluigi because he's very skinny and malnourished. Regular Luigi is gonna be pestilence because green equals sick.
Uh-huh. Mario.
And that just leaves Mario as death because he constantly stops Goombas, Koopas,
Yeah.
etc. Who gives a shit?
Mario's death because he kills a lot. Mario's
Death is
'cause
Mario
he's a war
because he's a
criminal.
war criminal. Who the hell is Conquest? Is that just like
I
every
think
single Toad
Conquest
ever?
I think Conquest is also Mario because he wins all the time.
No.
Yeah.
Conquest is Princess Peach.
Mm-hmm. Or Bowser.
Mm.
Or both.
Conquest is just literally every single royal in the Mario series, including the ones that don't even matter, like Daisy, Prince Peasley, Queen Bean,
This is a horrible thing.
Princess Shroob, literally all of them, even the ones that aren't real.
This is a horrible sentence that I'm about to say, but Conquest is Bowsette.
Disgusting, and also I hate you, please never speak ever again.
Give me a second, I gotta.
Of course. Well, viewers, watchers, etc., I guess this is the part where it's literally only me. Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce. The last thing you'd want to... Now obviously this part is going to get edited out, so that means I can say whatever I want. Pee pee poo poo, etc., etc. Well, it seems we're going to be here quite a long time. Well, since currently we're not doing anything at all, anyone want to hear how it sounds from the inside of a garbage can? Yes? Okay. Into the garbage we go. Alrighty.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's fine.
So, I don't remember a goddamn thing I was talking about.
Good. Because you were not talking about pleasant things. Anyways.
I
Yeah,
remember,
Conquest is just toads.
I remember the hell thing that I said, but I don't remember what came after that. Unless I just left
basically
immediately.
me threatening to punch you in the face.
Okay.
I literally do not know any form of semblance of location of where you are, but I will come over to your house, and I will, like, implode.
Okay. Sounds good.
Oh, that's a date. Wow. Anyways, Conquest is a toad.
Conquest is just the Mushroom Kingdom as a whole.
True.
So, what we were talking about before
Now
we started...
the real question is, who's the headless horseman? I don't know, probably Chain Chomp. Actually, no, wait.
Sure.
Is there a Mario enemy that's literally not just a head? Because I can think of like 15 million Mario enemies that are just head and feet.
Yeah. Some of them not even feet.
Yeah, true. Sometimes they're just brain.
Pokey is
Like
just...
Thwomp. Like Thwomps, they don't have arms or legs. How do they walk?
They don't. They smash down onto the ground to kill you.
Yeah, true,
With
but
their massive
in
bodies.
in the very, very nice Mario Party 2 minigame, Day at the Races, you can pick a Thwomp and he moves forward somehow, which makes no goddamn sense. He slams down and then somehow he moves forward while rising, which...
Good for
Did
him.
he just, like, catch an updraft or something?
It's magic.
Wow.
It's a big magic rock.
Dude, never thought of it that way. Life was so simple before this moment.
So before we started the podcast, we were talking about the Mario Brothers and the potential of a third set of brothers.
Because we do have the regulars and the Woz.
Exactly. So what we've outlined so far is that these brothers would be called Irio and Luigi. Because
Sometimes abbreviated to Luigi, because I'm very clever and funny, and everyone likes me.
ha. So the reason for Irio and Luigi is because the M would be rotated to the side, which would turn it into an M, or an E.
Yeah.
I'm very smart.
Mm-hmm.
That would make it sort of look like an E. So Irio. It doesn't have anything to do with his ears. The other thing we decided is the colors. Irio is orange, Luigi is blue.
Mm-hmm.
And since Wario and Waluigi are sort of exaggerations of the worst traits of Mario and Luigi, Irio and Luigi would be exaggerations of their best traits, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
they'd be very round and very cute.
Mm-hmm. Almost like Kirby in a way, or like a Waddle Dee,
Yeah,
which
very.
also is just a head with feet.
Yeah. So they would be very Kirby-like, sort of like the Ice Climbers almost.
Oh yeah,
But
definitely.
they wouldn't be little children. They would be adults because they need a beard.
They would be adults. They definitely would have mustaches.
They need mustaches.
Irio's would also have 6 bumps, while Luigi's would only have 2.
Yeah.
Just as is tradition.
Mm-hmm. And they would be, since Wario is like this domineering, huge presence, because Mario is like the main guy and the hero, Irio would be just sort of very vaguely like good and kind. And just like a good, like Kirby basically.
Yeah, basically we've just invented Kirby Boy, the cooler name.
Yeah. And since Waluigi has like this crippling inferiority complex because Luigi is scared sometimes,
Yeah.
Luigi would just be like shy.
Just like somewhat timid.
Yeah.
He has stage fright.
Yeah. Exactly.
Technically, Luigi has always been on this podcast, but he's just really shy and he never talks.
He's never
You
said
just
anything.
never know his presence. We have never acknowledged him. He's also invisible, so you can't see him.
Only we can see him.
No, we can't.
Only we can see and hear him.
Oh yeah, good point, Luigi.
He's been the secret third host this entire time, and only we can hear or see him and ever know what he's saying and thinking. Because we're his best friends and he loves us.
Definitely. He really opens up once you get to know him. But you can literally never get to know him because he's invisible. And he's invisible.
Only we can see him.
He's so invisible that I had to acknowledge the fact that he's invisible twice.
He can only be our friends ever.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have him. That's so funny! I love you, Luigi.
Classic Luigi.
You're my best friend.
Yeah, mine too. Anyway.
So, let's move on to the next topic that I totally have prepared.
Mm-hmm. We have all of this planned in advance, viewers. Technically not viewers, you're listeners, but shut it.
Okay, so I think I'm going to talk about Big Hero 6 because I did watch it today.
It is a very nice movie.
Now, things I like about Big Hero 6 are Baymax.
He is basically just a marshmallow.
The villain looks very cool.
Definitely.
I don't know if I can.
It has a number in the title, but it's not a sequel.
It's not a sequel.
Honestly, it's very brave.
It's
never been done before.
It's called Big Hero 6 because there's 6 heroes.
And also, it's the 6th movie in the line. Just kidding! It's the first movie of its kind. You've just been tricked.
Only one of these heroes is big, though.
Yeah, true.
You could argue maybe...
It's somewhat debatable, but actually, they're big medium. So, it's completely different from big.
I'd say maybe there's 2 heroes that are big-ish.
And even then, that's being a bit generous.
Yeah. Now, here's some things I don't like about Big Hero 6. The movie opens up with a very cool crime happening, And then the movie tells you that this crime is bad and dumb and it's illegal, which I hate.
True.
I think the movie should have been about the underground robot fighting ring,
Mm-hmm.
because that would have been way cooler. And crime is epic.
You just see Baymax just trying to fight with all these like tiny 1-inch tall robots.
Yeah.
And he's just like accidentally crushing them with his weird marshmallow nub feet.
Yeah.
And he just like wins by default just because he's like normal human size. Or technically big.
So the villain would be reworked. It would not be this like corporation guy. I think the villain would be just like this crime lord boss guy. Like a mafia boss sort of guy.
Mm-hmm.
He'd still have the same exact design.
True.
So
It'd just be he'd have like a tattoo on his chest or something.
yeah. And it wouldn't be
He'd
the
probably
same
be
guy
of like
under
a
the
dragon
mask.
or something too.
Yeah. So the villain would be at that first fight, and he'd see the little magnet robot that our main character is using, and he wouldn't like interfere with this fight at all. He'd just be in the background observing, and then he would wait. He would have like his goons apprehend the main character, and then he'd steal the robot and like reverse engineer it.
Oh. That's a good villain line.
So that he could win all the fights, because that robot is so good. And then I don't know. I'm out of ideas.
Yeah, me too.
Writing a movie is hard, y'all.
Yeah, true. This is why I literally never write, ever. The closest I've ever gotten to writing is thinking about writing.
Exactly.
In fact,
So
I'm thinking of writing right now.
So let this be a lesson. Don't write a movie, because it's hard.
Yeah. Just literally never do it, even if it's your job to write a movie. Just don't write.
Don't do it, it's hard. It's too hard. Far, far too hard. By far.
Mm-hmm.
If you're ever doing something and it's hard, just
Don't
give
do
up. Give up.
If it
Just give
sucks, hit the bricks.
Exactly.
The shares, oh.
No.
No, there's no... It's not in the picture. You can't say it.
What?
You cannot add those 2 extra letters to make it actually comprehensible.
Well, okay. If you say so.
I do say so.
You do.
Yeah.
I think maybe this is good for now.
True.
I'll try my best to edit this at all.
Mm-hmm. Be sure not to edit down the scene where you're gone, because I actually dump my headset into the trash can, and I think that would be really funny.
Okay. I won't.
Okay.
I promise.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna listen to the podcast after this, so this is just like a truth by words.
Exactly. So thank you for listening to this, our 3rd episode.
Mm-hmm.
We got weird this time.
Remember how at the beginning of the episode we said that this was an internet commentary podcast, and then we lied and changed it?
We're gonna keep that.
We should be prosecuted. This is like auditorial evidence that we are liars and that we are going to jail immediately after this recording is ended. I've already called the police. They're on their way.
I think we're gonna keep that intro though, because I really like it and I like to say
Definitely. It was very good. Like, I would rate it an 11 out of 11 for an intro.
Like, we're gonna keep using it for the rest of the show. Even if we change the name or something, we're still gonna introduce it as the Honeypot's grave.
Definitely.
So
we will not change the name, because it's a cool, sick-ass name.
Because it rules. So thank you for listening.
We may
See ya.
or may not see you next time.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye.